I've created fully functional 2D Minecraft inside a chest, complete with crafting, mobs, nether portals, liquids, potion effects, and even multiplayer. And it's all done with server-side code and a resource pack, or in other words, without any mods. I've been working on this project on and off for a few years, and whilst it's far from finished, I can't wait to show you everything that I've done so far. This video is going to be an overview, but if you do want a more technical deep dive into the behind the scenes of how this all works, I've made a separate, longer video which you can watch after this one, linked in the description. On a server running the ChestCraft code, any double chest can be set up to take you into the game. You'll be greeted with a main menu where you can quit, or you can join into the world. Now, you've got your own custom saved inventory down here, and you can see the ChestCraft world up here. This is a procedurally generated world, with a few different biomes added so far. All inputs are done with clicking. You shift-click to move around, right-click to place blocks or interact, and left-click to break blocks or attack. You can even use the number keys like normal to switch hotbar slots, and you can middle-click in the world as a pick block feature. Clicking outside the chest brings up an inventory where you can see your armour, and gives you access to this 2x2 crafting grid, which you can use just like you'd expect. So I'll make a crafting bench and some sticks. Now with this crafting table, you can craft literally any recipe that's in the vanilla game. But obviously this isn't actually a real crafting table, and all of this stuff had to be coded from scratch. This board around the edge is just made of items sitting in the chest, with their appearance changed using a resource pack. All the tools, weapons and armour that you can craft work properly, breaking blocks at the right speed and dealing or absorbing the right amount of damage, with all of the same formulas as normal Minecraft. Because all the custom code works on the server side, it wasn't too hard to make ChestCraft multiplayer. If another player joins and opens up a special chest, they'll join right into the same world, and it all works seamlessly. Fully functional mobs are one of the main things that really makes this feel like an actual game. Creepers will walk up to you and explode, damaging blocks and entities just like they would in normal Minecraft. You can also see the power of resource packs here, as they allowed me to create this creeper animation and the explosion particles, just by using different items for each frame. Skeletons were another interesting one. They try and maintain a roughly constant distance away from you, and aim their bow automatically. I added bows that players can use as well, and you aim these by right-clicking in different slots. There's also zombies and spiders, and a few of the common passive mobs too. Most of them aren't super interesting, other than chickens flapping their wings and falling slower than other mobs, and spiders being able to climb up walls. You can also shear sheep, and at some point they'll eat grass to regrow their wool. The grass will spread back to the dirt block eventually as well. You probably noticed the darkened background in some of those clips. ChestCraft has a day-night cycle. You can see sped up here the sky darkening and lightening as the days pass. There are so many features in ChestCraft now that it's impossible to fit everything into this video. But just to give you an idea, some of the things that I haven't mentioned yet include a full crop system with natural growth and bone meal, tree generation from saplings of all different types, fully working furnaces and a food system, and even fully functional nether portals. One thing I'll show you in more detail is the fluid system for water and lava. This was super fiddly to make, but now that I've got it working, we've got fully working flowing water, which even pushes entities around, as you can see here. It merges with lava to create obsidian or stone, and when you swim in it, you get the normal popping bubbles down here, and when they run out, you'll start drowning. Lava is just as deadly as you'd expect, dealing damage to any entities in it, but also setting them on fire for a duration that depends on how long they're in there for. This is a good chance to show off the fire graphic as well, at least until I extinguish myself. I should mention as well that I also added the normal fire block, which you can create with flint and steel, and I recreated all of the fire spread mechanics, and added graphics for the different variations of fire, depending on which blocks are touching it. Whilst we've got all this fire and lava around, I'll show you what happens when you die. You get this red death screen overlay, where you can still see the world behind, but you've also got a button to exit title screen, and also a respawn button. Onto something slightly different, ChestCraft also has a potion effect system. If I drink this by shift right clicking it, you'll see my health starts to regenerate as normal, and the effect pops up over here making use of the sidebar scoreboard. Multiple effects can stack up here too if I drink these other potions as well. I haven't properly implemented every potion effect yet, but one of my favourites is blindness. The only actual way to obtain this effect is by drinking suspicious stew from a mushroom that's been fed this one specific flower, which is something I only realised after spending over an hour getting this cool dark overlay to work. Invisibility is also pretty fun. Invisible entities can only be seen by these potion bubbles you get when hovering over the slot. Also, mobs won't see you until you're much closer, just like in normal Minecraft. If you've made it this far into the video, I just wanted to say that I put a lot of work into this project, and this video as well. So if you have any friends who would find this cool, it'd mean the world to me if you could share it with them. A like and a comment definitely wouldn't hurt either. And if you're interested in seeing the future of this project once even more has been added, then do subscribe. Back to ChestCraft, my favourite thing in the whole game might actually be dropped items. I made mini versions of every single item to represent items dropped on the ground, and I think it works really well. When multiple different item types are dropped in the same block, the graphic cycles between them, and you can see the details by hovering. You can drop items by dragging them out of the chest, dragging them out into the world, or even by pressing the normal drop keybind, all whilst holding control to drop the entire stack. And of course, pick them up by walking back over them. Adding dropped items was great for stuff like explosions working properly, as you can see here, and also for items dropping out of a chest when you break it with a full inventory, where they all just come out on the ground. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, ChestCraft has chests in it. They work just as you'd expect, and even get the opening and closing animation. I haven't added double chests yet, either because I'm worried about how confusing that would get, or because I just couldn't be bothered. Now last but certainly not least, as soon as I'd added TNT, I knew I needed to find a way to make TNT cannons possible. I started by making explosions launch other ignited TNT, like this, but to get a proper cannon you need to make multiple explosions go off at the same place at the exact same time. Normally you use redstone for this, but redstone is kind of impossible in 2D. Instead I had a more creative thought. You could hit 3 TNT at once using arrows from a multi-shot crossbow, shot through lava to set them on fire. So I added crossbows. They work pretty similarly to bows, except you have to load them up first. And I added the multi-shot enchantment, even though you need commands to get it because enchanting tables don't actually work yet. I even got ahead of myself and added some other enchantments, like quick charge. After quite a bit of trial and error, I figured out a setup that works. These 3 TNT will get hit by the multi-shot crossbow, and this TNT will get hit by a normal bow, which I'll fire a few seconds later. I'll just go split screen for a second. You can see I've got my second account over here, a good, 25 blocks away or so. Now I'm going to launch the cannon. So we're going to load up and shoot the multi-shot over here, and then shoot the normal bow through the lava as well to ignite the second TNT. And wow, I aimed that absolutely perfectly. It was after I'd got this working that I realised an update video was long overdue. So there you have it, a summary of the current state of ChestCraft. I squeezed in as many features into this video as I could, but if any of you are interested in more of the behind the scenes details, then go ahead and check out the longer explanation video here. That's it from me today, thanks for watching.